The Raptors are all out of moves as the trade deadline passes while Kyle Lowry is heading home. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the Raptors. Rob Wong joined alongside by Ryan Wolstat of the Toronto SUN. And Ryan, the Raptors with a pair of moves on deadline day, adding Kelly Olynyk, the Toronto native, and Ochai Agbaji while dealing away Dennis Schroeder, Thad Young, Otto Porter Jr., Kyra Lewis Jr., and a late 2024 first-round pick in two deals with the Utah Jazz and Brooklyn Nets. Should also mention they waived Spencer Dinwiddie as part of that Brooklyn Nets deal. But what did you make of everything that went down on trade deadline?
I mean, a little underwhelming. I mean, you have to temper that with the fact that they made really, it's almost unheard of making such big moves ahead of time. The Siakam and OG trades, like it just usually doesn't happen in December and January. Usually teams save it for February, especially for the deadline. So, I mean, a lot of the big bangs was gone. The big bang was gone early. So I guess we should have known it was going to be a letdown, but I'd say a little underwhelming that you don't move Bruce Brown, you don't move Chris Boucher, you don't move Gary Trent. Like at least I thought for sure at least one of those guys would go as well, but they did. I know some people don't like giving up a first round pick, but again, I have to remind people that not all firsts are the same. This is going to be probably it's either going to be the Clippers or Thunder pick most likely, and one of those teams has a very good shot at winning the West. So that means that pick's somewhere going to be somewhere. I mean, at worst, you're giving away the 26th pick, and there's a chance it could be the 29th pick or 28th. So in a bad draft, I don't think that's a big deal. They got a guy like Oshai Abaji, who was the 14th pick just 2 years ago, most outstanding player at Kansas to the Final Four, a really talented guy. He's got a lot of things to figure out, but athletically and defensively, he's a really good prospect. So I think you're trading a pick for that. Plus, you get Kelly Olynyk, someone who should have been a Raptor a long time ago, someone who fits Darko Rajakovic's system like perfectly. I know he's a little older, so that's the kind of the crappy part about it. But by all signs, he's probably going to stick around long term, and he's still got a lot left in the tank. So I like that move. I know some people didn't. I would have liked to see them do something else, but I really do think that they were just dead set against getting another 2024 first round pick because they already have a bunch and they wanted someone to come up with a 2025 or a 2026 for Bruce Brown. It just looks like no one was willing to do that.
Yeah, as you said, they got all their heavy lifting done earlier, so it was hard to expect much to go down on deadline day. Meanwhile, Kyle Lowry, the former Raptor, agreeing to a buyout with the Charlotte Hornets and is now planning on signing with his hometown team, the Philadelphia 76ers, so another homecoming here for an NBA player. And of course, he'll also be reunited with Nick Nurse. Lowry getting up there but how do you like the fit?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know I said Kelly Olynyk still has something left in the tank, but Lowry's got a bunch of years on Olynyk, and he doesn't have a whole lot. Even I know, even his last 2 years as a Raptor, he was still a really good player, but he's faded since. He's capable of good moments. Like he helped the Heat a ton get to the finals. There were times where he was a really impactful player, but he's not a night in, night out impact guy that he used to be. He can still help, but I see it more like a better story than an actual needle mover. Like it's a great story. He comes home. He was a high school star there, Villanova star there. You know, burned the Sixers in the playoffs, obviously along with Kawhi Leonard. But he's going to be a huge fan favorite despite all the history with the Raptors there, and he'll help them. But I think it'll be more like he's going to equal what the guy they moved to make room for him, Patrick Beverley. I think he'll give that kind of impact. And that whole season just depends on if Joel Embiid can come back anyway. If they can, then Lowry's a really nice pickup. If Embiid isn't going to play in the playoffs, then, like I said, it's just a good story.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun to watch, regardless of what happens there with Lowry heading back to Philadelphia as the Raptors. We'll see what they do the rest of the way here. Should mention those teams set to meet coming up in late March, so that'll be cool as the Sixers come to Scotiabank Arena. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments section below or send us an email at torontoraptors@postmedia.com. For Ryan Wolstat, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.